Hi everyone, how are you? I realized that the microphone might be a little close to me. I was outside in my last video and I literally thought the microphone was hooked up, but it wasn't. That's okay. I think it's hooked up this time. If not, you'll still be able to hear me. All right, let's take 3 deep breaths. I have my rock. So pretty. And I have some ideas about what's going to come through. Um, so let's let it. Okay. Okay. Let's start with a little story time. Earlier today, I was going through my TikTok. I will tell you how I got there because 5 seconds ago, it feels like I said I am not going to be on TikTok or Instagram because it's bad for the mental. So I was watching this video on YouTube, as I often do. I forget what it was. Sorry. And it reminded me of something that I said in one of my shower videos. Now, a shower video is a video in which I brought my iPad into the shower and I would prop it up so you could only see like this. Okay, obviously. Because it's almost as if I filmed them knowing I'd want to post them on the internet at some point. Because, like, the way I filmed them was like, oh, I want to make sure that it's appropriate for the internet, but I was filming them on my camera roll. Okay. So I was watching YouTube and it reminded me of this video that I filmed and I found it. It was when I was living outside of Boston. And I'm in the shower and I'm talking about all these things. And then I was like, no, this isn't ready to post, or like, I need to edit this. I was like, there are some, like the videos that I post now, I do not edit these. Like, I literally film them in one take and then I post them like that because they're very intentional. I sit down, it's like a practice, it's like a ritual for me. You can't rub on the microphone. Okay. It's like a ritual for me. Apparently, it's a ritual for Billy too. And there are videos that I filmed. Obviously, if I'm filming in the shower, like there are moments where I'm like, let me think about that. And I was like, I don't know if this is ready to post on the internet. Anyway, so I'm in my camera roll, and then I see. So that was a horizontal video, and then, well, actually, that particular video at the end, I moved it to horizontal, so it's almost like mixed mediums, right? Because TikTok and Instagram are upright content, and then YouTube is horizontal content, which kind of signals to the brain long form and short form. So I have some long form content that is tall. Like my TikTok videos are 10 minutes long. And my YouTube videos are an appropriate 35 to 40 minutes, 25, depending on the day. So I'm searching through my camera roll and I'm like looking at videos in and around that shower video that I am mentioning. And I find this upright video of me just in my camera roll having this idea. And I even said in the video, I was like, I don't know why I'm filming this like a TikTok. I'm filming this for myself. And it's so funny. I get these little premonitions of like, Lana, like you're gonna want to do something with this. Lana, you're gonna want to post this. And so I typically, even when I was recording to my camera roll, would assume that other people would see the content. The only thing that I never assumed people would see when I started was my video diaries on my laptop, which I have started to post, which feels really awesome. The one about medication and the DSM-5, the one that I just posted over the weekend about the Lana show. Basically, I was like realizing that she's just like really resting on me right now. So I found this vertical video, and I was like, on my iPad, I still have the app, TikTok app. So I posted it on my iPad. And then I was like, you know what? Why don't I go through? Because I like to go through my TikTok frequently. And not frequently, but when I was on it all the time. And I would kind of weed out videos that don't represent me. Okay. And this is where we get into the inspiration from I Understood, which she's an incredible human being. She makes podcasts, and the one that inspired me today was called Fear of Being Seen or something like that. I'll link it below. But the idea is you are either scared of being seen or you're scared of the success and the pressure. Okay. So when I first started on all social media platforms, but I'm going to use TikTok in this example just to be tangible. When I started posting on TikTok, I cared a lot about the trends. I cared a lot about the trends. I cared a lot about what other people were doing. And then I tried to copy the trends, right? And in that way, nothing's really original. No offense to people copying trends, but nothing is really original when all you're doing is regurgitating content in another format. The content that's really good is when you add a little bit of originality to it. So for example, with like audios on TikTok, I would add my facial expressions or have a different take on it. Then, okay, you're adding some originality. But if you're just doing a dance trend, the thing is, okay, let's talk about Charli D'Amelio for a second. One of the things I am most scared of is becoming a overnight success. She's like slumping. Is becoming an overnight success. And most people would be like, Lana, why the heck would you be scared of that? That sounds so fun. And maybe you haven't thought about it as much as I have, okay? Because I've thought about it all the time. Because most people, they're like, my dream is to become famous overnight. I can be a TikTok influencer and make a bunch of money, and then I can be happy for the rest of perfect. I can be happy for the rest of my life. That's basically what people are saying. I think a lot of young people, that's like low-key their dream, is to become an overnight success. But when I think of like, what does it mean to be an overnight success? I'm thinking like back in 2022 when I was extremely paranoid about this, which is such an interesting thing to be paranoid about, right? Like I was like, it was weird. Like I was still insecure, but I had this idea that I was going to be famous. Like there was insecurity still within my body. And I understand that I'm not going in a linear fashion in this video. So I just want you to know that I understand that. Okay. So I hope you're enjoying it. But time is not real. So just settle in. Okay. Everything, all of your questions will be answered. I promise. So insecurity existed within me, right? And what do I mean by that? Insecurity is the fear of being seen, whether by others or by yourself. And what happened to me was I had a partner who, and this is what I think all good partners do in some sense. It's something that I value, which is why I found myself in a relationship with this person. She would take a mirror to me, not physically, this is a metaphor. She would take a mirror to me and she'd hold it up to me and she'd be like, this is what you're giving me, so I'm going to give it right back to you. And what happened was she saw things in me that I hadn't realized, because it takes an external perspective sometimes to reflect things back at you, especially things that are buried, or if they're long-term patterns, things that you just do every single day and you don't even think about. Some new human being walks into your life and sees you doing this thing, they're going to be like, you're doing this thing, right? And so when insecurity meant at the time for me was somebody coming up to me and bringing something up in me that I didn't know was there. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I felt violated, right? I was like, what are you doing in my mind, in my heart, in my body, whatever it is, wherever the insecurity lies. And what I learned was what is worse than feeling insecure is feeling like you're, or for me anyway, feeling like I'm out of the loop, feeling like I'm not included, feeling like there's a joke I don't get. And what would happen, and this didn't happen often because once I learned that I didn't have this awareness, I immediately wanted it. I started becoming more self-aware because my partner at the time pushed me to look at myself in a different way. Because I had only ever been open to seeing myself in a positive light, and anything bad that happened to me was circumstantial, right? So it's like, I'm just such an amazing, like normal people think, like I'm a great person. I don't deserve sadness. I don't deserve depression. I don't deserve anxiety. Like I'm sick because I'm run down. like these are things that just happen unto me. But what I realized in this relationship was this new sense of self-awareness. It was catalyzed by the relationship. It wasn't because of the relationship, but in this relationship, I started to realize parts of myself that I had kind of shunned. And I did so by triangulating and externalizing. So, for example, my partner at the time, I would then be like, this quality that my partner, okay, this is an interesting point. If somebody you love brings up a point to you and says, hey, by the way, you're doing this, let me give a tangible example so it's a little bit easier to follow. Um, there we go. She would be like, you're obsessed with school and you become a bitch when you're in school. Like, because I met her over the summer. And then once school started, she was like, school changes you. And I refused to see that. I was like, you're a little liar. Mm-mm. I'm so nice all the time. School is just important. What did I learn from this reflection? Well, I realized that my mom instilled in me that relationship should always come second. School should always come first. School is going to be where I get all my success from. I should invest all my time in school. And if I take my eyes off of school, then I'm going to be a failure and la 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 la. And so my partner held up a mirror to me and said, this is what I'm seeing. And if this is not true, then, you're going to have to do something about it. She didn't say any of that. I made that up. But so at first I denied it, right? I was like, you're a liar. That's not true. And then it sunk into my bones and I realized that school was indeed making me ill, that everything my body really wanted to do, which was frolic in the tulips with this girl and like throw caution to the wind and have no responsibilities. I was suppressing that part of myself. I was rejecting that part of myself. And it was only after this, experience with this relationship and really looking at myself in this somewhat harsh light that I was able to come out of my shell for the first time. And so we ended things. And then I went through a period of transformation and I actually dated somebody else who was the complete opposite. Because the thing about my first partner was that, not my first partner, but in this particular story, my first partner, she was kind of the representative of my shadow self. Like all the insecurities that I had, all of the ugliest parts of myself, she also embodied. And because of that, it allowed me to love the darkest parts of myself in her. And that's what I meant earlier when I said triangulating, right? I'm allowing myself to love myself through my partner first. And this is where I realized that I'm not loving myself first, right? Like, even though I had an idea and a concept of self-love, like I was in college at the time, in grad school, like even though I had this concept of self-love, it wasn't really fully embodied and I wasn't fully aware of where I was spending my energy. And so it was through loving my partner and the deepest, darkest parts of my partner that allowed me to accept and love the deepest parts of myself. And that's really crucial because it wasn't until I turned the light on myself that I was able to express myself in a new way. So then the pendulum swung, as I always mention. So I date somebody who's very much like my shadow self, and then the pendulum swung, and now I'm dating someone like that embodies some qualities of my higher self. Super artistic, super kind, super gentle, all of the like Cancer energy, right? And so I'm with this person and I get back into modeling and photography and I start my podcast and I'm doing like 6 internships, right? And I realized that like the focus that I'd put on school was really draining all of my energy and my life force. And now I'm kind of spreading my wings and going this other way. And so that's why I started my first podcast, Democracy. That was awesome. It was a new way to express myself, but it was all still very rigid. It was all still very structured. I had like to-do lists and all this stuff. And then it felt like my love and my activities were over here, and then all my obligations were over here. It was very structured. But that was like the first time that I like had self-acceptance and self-expression in an authentic way. On TikTok, I started creating more TikToks. Again, more like trendy. I'm still in the mindset of, I hope people are going to think this is cool. I hope people are going to think this is cool. I hope people like this. I hope this goes viral. But of course, it couldn't go viral because I wasn't ready for that. I actually did go viral a couple times, but it wasn't anything that stuck because it wasn't something that made people say, I want to know who this human being is and I want to connect with this human being. It was just another trend. It was just another thing, I think. I don't know. Maybe I gained some followers from it. I didn't look at the statistics. But then I found myself it was so funny, right? Then I rejected my higher self and I said, no, actually, I don't deserve this. So this nice human being that I was with for X amount of time, I actually went back to the other partner who represents more of my shadow self, almost as if I had more healing to do, which was true. And that period of my life, I decided to do a hero's dose of shrooms. And I was in graduate school, and my life just went like in the spinner. Like it was almost like I had the opportunity to say, okay, like I'm going to love myself and try these new things. But for me, I just, whatever it is about me, I like to go the deepest, darkest route to get to the other side because I want to be thorough. I don't want to miss anything. There was a time in my childhood, this ingrained memory in me, where I would complete my homework or my schoolwork too fast, and then I would lose points because I was too fast at doing the work. Because it wasn't because I didn't know the answer, it was because I skipped a question, or because like I was going too fast, I missed something. Do you know what I'm saying? So I learned from a young age that value is not in how fast you do something, but how accurate you are at it. And that kind of is like a theme in my life, is like I've been kind of balancing that, because there's a part of me that really feels that the world is spinning faster, things are speeding up, everybody's feeling it. Even if you're not feeling it, you're feeling it. You know, like we're learning things faster, AI is making things 10 times faster, and it's just like it's in the collective consciousness more and more. And I've experienced that fast, fast, fast frequency, but it was very lonely and it was very isolating. So in these videos that I was filming on my camera roll, on my iPad, in the shower, right? These are things that I don't think the world is ready for yet, A, and B, I am too scared to show the world. So there's kind of like a twofold in my creative pursuits. On the one hand, it's, are other people ready to hear this? But what that really codes for is I'm scared to show people this. And underneath that, I'm scared to show myself this. If I watch a piece of content of mine and I'm cringing because I feel insecure in the video upon filming. I'll go through my TikTok and I will know how I felt when I filmed the videos, and I know how many takes I took to get the right take. And I see behind the scenes, and I felt like in some way it was fraudulent or inauthentic to do things like that. And of course, like it wasn't at the time, right? Like I wasn't like trying to deceive anyone. And this is how most people operate, is they're super insecure. No offense. They're super insecure. They're super unaware, and they are just trying to copy other people, and then they put their stuff online and pray that it goes viral and they get famous. And sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. But in doing so, take again Charli D'Amelio. She gets famous in a very short period of time. Like typically before the algorithmic internet, the way you got famous is by being talented or skilled or a nepo baby. Like you were in a movie that everybody knows, you created a song that everybody likes, you were in the newspaper, right? There were grassroots movements essentially to make people famous if you weren't already born into a famous family. And so the internet and algorithms allowed a new type of fame to erupt, including, for example, on YouTube in like 2016. I was on the makeup side of the community, but I know there's a ton of people who originated on YouTube, like Jake Paul and all that. Now it'd be like Mr. Beast, I guess. I don't know. I'm not up to date. But regular people now can become well known. Regular people can be famous. There is like a American dream kind of built into the internet where it's like you can do anything and it's yours for the taking, basically. I'm realizing, is the camera a little crooked? I don't know. And so in that way, Charli D'Amelio is the embodiment of that, and also Addison Rae and all those people that were associated with her. But Charli D'Amelio, I knew, like, seeing her videos, because people be like, I don't get why she's famous, she's just dancing. And then you watch her videos and you're like, oh, I get it. You know, like she has a look. She has a vibe to her. She knows she looks good. Like, even if she's the most insecure, anxious person in the world, which if you watch their docuseries, she kind of is. No offense to her. Again, no offense. But, you know, when she turns on, she's on, because she was a dancer. She was a performer. And I also somewhat dance, not that well. However, when I was a dancer, oh my God, I just thought to myself, like, Lana, why do you get to put yourself down like that? You weren't bad. It just wasn't your thing. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't my thing, but like, whatever. It's like, I love dancing. I think it's amazing. It's an amazing outlet. And I wish I was as good as Charli D'Amelio. There, I said it. I admit. Okay. So I'm watching her video and I'm like, all of her videos, but I see the extra little hint of glimmer that a performer has, which is like, I know you like this. It's like this vibe of like, I know you like this. I know you're enjoying this and I'm enjoying making it. And that's the important part for me now is I want to enjoy making things. And so I was scared and am scared of becoming, am I still scared of becoming an overnight success? I just don't think, hold on. Okay. I just don't think that like becoming an overnight success is all it's chalked up to be. Like Charli D'Amelio, great. Now she's an overnight success. And yes, she probably has a lot of money in a short period of time, but she also has an increased amount of decisions to make. She also has more pressure on her. She also has more eyes on her. She also has, all these other things that people don't think of. They think they're just going to get rich and famous overnight and then all their problems will be solved. That is not how it works. And it's like I almost intuitively knew this from a very young age. And even though I wanted to be famous, even though I wanted to be rich, even though I wanted to be well known, like I really wanted those things. The biggest thing I just kept saying to myself is I don't want to be corrupted. I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to do all of these things that would make me feel bad, right? And because of that, I've kind of suppressed some of my more sadistic tendencies. Everybody has them, okay? Get over it. Everybody has them. It's the same. It's the reason why you want to watch that murderer docuseries. We all have that interest, that like human curiosity. And I shied away from my shadow self. I shied away from a lot of the worst parts of myself because I was scared to look. And subsequently, I realized if I was scared to look at myself, then surely I couldn't post myself on the internet for other people to look at. Because if other people caught something about me that I didn't catch before, I would be extremely insecure. For example, I was really insecure about my hair. Okay. And I posted a video online and somebody comments on it and says, your hair looks bad. Or I really hate your hair. Or your hair is ugly. I don't know. People are pretty creative these days. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't say that, but some of them are pretty like boring insults. If I wasn't ready to accept that person is projecting, I would take it seriously. So because I hate my hair in this scenario, right? I know you're not comfortable. Because I hate my hair in this scenario, if somebody validates my hatred for my hair, I'm going to think it's true. Versus, which maybe it is in that scenario, it is, right? I do hate my hair in this scenario. But if I think my hair looks ugly, all those things, right? Like this is when somebody comments and says, yeah, your hair's ugly or something, two worldviews come together and it makes it more of a truth. But I was just looking at my TikTok earlier and I realized how mean people are. Like people do not have a problem saying whatever they want in the comments section of a video. And it's almost as if I knew that. Like the price you pay for being well known is having a lot of eyes on you. It's just all these eyes all the time. And if you're really highly sensitive, you will be able to feel the eyes, even if the eyes are not there. Okay. Like I'll post a TikTok and it gets thousands of views. I'm not sitting here feeling like I'm in a room with thousands of people watching like an auditorium. No. But I can feel that people are watching me in an energetic sense, So, sorry, my eye's really itchy, and I know it's because Billy's here, but she's on my lap and I can't get up. So, even if you're the prettiest person in the world, even if you're the nicest person in the world, even if all those things, there will still be somebody out there who hates themselves. Well, maybe not in the future, but now there is. Somebody out there who is self-conscious and hates their hair, who does think they're ugly, who does hate themselves, that they are going to make themselves feel better by opening up your TikTok and being like, your hair's ugly. Because that's what they noticed about your content. That's what they noticed. What are you noticing about your content? Are you also noticing that your hair looks ugly And if so, why are you thinking that way about yourself? I don't think like that about myself ever anymore. I don't, if I look at my hair, why is my hair like a topic? I actually was thinking about it today because my hairdresser had texted me and she was like, I didn't want you to think I forgot about you. I'm like, what should I do with my lion's mane? Leo the lion. Anyway, I don't think those things about myself anymore. So when somebody comments, one of the major comments I got is, are you a man? Are you a man? Are you a man? And I now take that as a compliment because masculine energy is associated with power, especially from other men. So if you're going to tell me I look like a man, that means I'm affecting you like a man, which is good. I like that, at least for other men. I don't know. Maybe I don't like that. We'll assess it another time. But I got hate comments. I started going TikTok live and I would get thousands of viewers, like thousands of viewers. And I was like performance mode. I was go, go, go. I was yay, yay. I was real, but I was performance real. You know what I'm saying? I was like Charlie D'Amelio real. Slay boots the house down. And then people would go to my posts after and comment just questionable things. And I would be able to respond to them and just laugh, like genuinely laugh, not be like, ha ha ha, and then cry myself to sleep. But it was the thing that was too much for me was the eyes. It felt like there were too many eyes on me. And I was pulled in too many different directions. And TikTok made me feel extremely chaotic. And so today I posted that video from a couple of years ago. And then I went off TikTok and now I'm on YouTube and I'm posting on YouTube. And YouTube is long form and it builds community, I think, in a more authentic way. Like if you're watching a long form video, if you're watching a 30-minute video and you're leaving a comment, that's way more impactful than shooting a follow to somebody on TikTok and liking something. Like to me, that is just a different value of a different value. And TikTok is more conversational, right? Like I can message people, I can comment back, I can reply to comments and things like that. YouTube, it's not as conversational. It's very intentional. Like if you're going to leave a comment, you're going to leave a comment. And if you're going to watch I don't know how to explain it. So for me, like the going back to Ayanda Stud's podcast, saying like I am scared to be seen wouldn't necessarily be a lie. And to say I am scared of being an overnight success is also true. And I know that as long as I'm scared of being an overnight success, I am never going to be an overnight success. And there are two kind of branches from that too. Either I'm scared to be an overnight success for good reason because I don't think it's productive and I don't think it's healthy, or I am scared of being an overnight success because I secretly want to be an overnight success and I don't want whatever comes on the other side. And it's so funny to talk like this, right? Who has the confidence to just be like, yeah, I know I can be an overnight success? And I think it was very app specific. Like TikTok is an overnight success type app. YouTube is a slow build app. And I intuitively started going on YouTube because I realized I think that my nervous system was getting overwhelmed by the build that was happening on TikTok. And there is no doubt that I could grow my following. There is no doubt that I could provide assets in a way that other human beings will consume. That's not what I want to be about. I want to be about having, I want to be, I don't even want to just be about, I want to have intentional conversations with other human beings. I want to say hi, fellow human beings in the ether, and have you hear me and really know me as a human being. I don't want just human beings to come through my life. I mean, you do you, right? Like if you find a TikTok video of mine, you find a YouTube video of mine and you just watch it and then it changes your life and then you go on and you never talk to me, that's great. But I also really like the idea of indulging in building community. And YouTube seems like the great starter kit to build community, like really authentic community. Right now, I'm exploring other platforms, but I'm not like fully engaged in other platforms. Like Instagram is not it for building community. Like, what am I going to comment? Like, be like, comment, love you for a free guide. No, I'm not doing that. TikTok is good for live streaming. Like, I do a lot of live streaming there. I like their live stream better than YouTube's live stream, but I also get a lot more viewers, a lot more spam on TikTok than I do on YouTube. And I always say, I love reading your comments because it's like somebody took the time to watch a video of me, like a random human being on YouTube, talking about their life, talking about their life. Me, I'm talking about my life. And somebody took the time out of their day to watch it and comment on it and like it. Like, I don't care if it's 5 people, I'm obsessed. But on TikTok, I remember what it felt like to get 5 likes. I was like, damn, that's fucking nothing. Boo, that sucks. But now it feels so beautiful and warm and fuzzy to get a like or a comment on YouTube. And I want to say also thank you, because in the last, I would say, few weeks that I've been posting here, about a month, I've gained like 50 followers, which is crazy to think about because all I'm doing is posting long form content of me like sitting down and talking. And I will continue to post old video diaries as they come up. You'll be able to tell maybe what is old and what is new if you're a frequent flyer. But if you're just passing through, people might be a little confused. But I want to reiterate to people, the way that I share information is nonlinear. I really want everyone to understand this. Human beings who will really enjoy what I'm saying and really be satiated by what I'm saying is those who value a nonlinear perspective, meaning understanding that what they did in 2009 is going to affect what you do today, right? December 1st is the new moon in Sagittarius. It's all about reflection, okay? And what I've been reflecting on more and more is that time is nonlinear. Time is nonlinear, time is nonlinear, time is nonlinear, time is nonlinear. I cannot stress that enough. We have been programmed to think that time is linear. And time is a system that human beings conjured up as a useful tool to live. So amazing. I can go to my appointment at the right time. I can grab coffee with a friend at the right time. I know when businesses open and close. Amazing. But you know what also does that? The sun, right? And our circadian rhythms as a species have been fucked the fuck up. When's the last time you slept good? Well, I sleep well. I'm very lucky I sleep well. But do I wake up with aches and pains in the morning? Yes. Okay. There was a time before electricity, the Amish lived like this, where you wake up with the sun and you go to sleep with the dark. Foolproof day and night, right? But now we've elongated the amount of time that we are productive, and we've decreased the amount of time that we are not productive. Or I don't know if that's necessarily true, but we've changed the rhythms. Let's say that. So something that we were doing for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years as a human species, in 200 years, completely undone. So only in the past 100 years has electricity really taken the world by storm, and only in the last 10 years has the internet really taken the world by storm, and only in the last 2 years has AI taken the world by storm. But what is AI? AI is nonlinear. AI is nonlinear. Like, linearity is a thing of the past. We need to move on from it. And partially me, I used to be / am in processing, I'm integrating right now. I am insecure about the fact that I speak on multiple dimensions, right? It's like, if you imagine having a conversation with a young person with ADHD, this is how I imagine it would feel. You have a layer of the question, like, what am I answering? And then it's like gets more specific, it gets down to here. And then maybe there'll be a string out, or maybe they will make their way back up. But there's all of these interconnecting layers like a cake. And there are all these frequencies and dimensions in which my words and meaning are vibrating on all these different levels and over my lifetime. So like I was born here, great. And then I've experienced my life. Why do I have to say I've been here for 27 years? What does that mean to me? It means I rotated around the sun 27 times. Okay, thank you. Why do I care? Why do I care? Oh, well, maybe my cells are older. But actually, no, our cells regenerate all the time. Do you know you have a new kidney every something days, months? We have an entirely new set of skin in every 7 years. So this idea that time and aging and all this bullshit is real is just, it's not that it's not real, it's a concept. It's a concept, much like gender and much like work. Okay, big things. So when I post content and when I share content, expect that it will be nonlinear, not only in the cadence in which I speak, not only in the storytelling, not only in the chaos of the elements that unfold around me, but also in the organization of when I post and the organization of what I post. Because there will be times where I pick up a book and want to read. There will be times where I am going through my computer and organizing my video diaries, and I decide that this is something I want to share with people, and I think it has a good message and it's the right time, and I put it up like the ones I've posted. Or there will be a time where I'll go on TikTok and I'll randomly share something, or I will randomly do a singing video because I want to just express and be validated for the things that I love and create community from it. And I want to say that singing is definitely more of a point of validation. Like, I know I am a good singer. I don't need anybody else to tell me. I can sound like any pop star ever if I really cared that much. Like, if I really wanted to, I could be Ariana Grande on the freaking, what the fuck show was that? I can't remember. But when she does like the spinning wheel of impressions, I could do that. Like, if I really wanted to train myself to do that, I could do it. But guess what? Somebody's already done it. And what did I say at the beginning of this video? Why are you going to sit and try and copy things that have already been done when you can just do whatever you want to do? Just do whatever you want to do. Save time, live better. Do what you want to do. Now, it's so funny, right? I say save time, live better, and then I'm like, time's not real. But what I mean by save time is save energy. Maybe we should redo that Walmart phrase. Save time, live better. No. Save your energy. Be more energy efficient. Do the things that you love to do. Explore what you love to do, right? If you're scared of being seen, ask yourself, am I scared of seeing myself or am I scared of being judged? Because those are two different things. And you need both in order to be successful and heard and seen and resonate with other human beings. Because if you have some sense of shame, if you have some sense of judgment, insecurity that comes from within, it is going to ooze out of you. And even if you're saying the most profound, beautiful, amazing things, it will feel to the audience and to the other human beings listening to it that there is something you're not telling them, and they won't trust you. And that's what it all comes down to for me. It's like building mutual trust. Like, there was a video that I was watching. It's of me. There was a video I made of myself exploring this idea of like exploring all of what I'm saying. And it's my most recently posted video, but it's a video diary. I'm wearing a checkered dress, I think. Am I wearing a checkered dress? What was I wearing? Metallica shirt. In my purple kitchen in my parents' house. We got way too far out here and I don't remember what I was talking about. What did I say in that? I don't remember. I'm so sorry. Oh, goodness. I got too far out. Do you see how far out I got? I was like looking for the door. Post what you want. I really have no idea. So I guess I'll just end it here. Go watch that video if you haven't. Expect the unexpected from me. And like, you will never be disappointed. Like, I am sharing because I love sharing. I love to see what happens. Like, if I don't put something out there, nothing will change. Like, if I sit with my, trust. That's what I was talking about. Trust and inner trust and building trust with other people. I don't know what that had to do with the other video though. Jesus Christ, why is my mind trying to go there? I don't know at all. But anyway, expect the unexpected from me. Like, I love hearing what you have to say and trust that there is a part of you that is meant to be shared. Even if you're the biggest introvert of all time, every single thing you express and the way you express it has ripple effects across the universe. So I am putting things out there on the internet that would change my life if other human beings saw. Because even just reading a comment that says, "This changed my day," makes me happier, makes me feel good. And why wouldn't I want to feel good in this life? And why wouldn't I do things that make me feel good? Authentically good, not like fake, insecure good, really good. Like it really makes your heart sing. Okay. All right, we're gonna go. All right, we're gonna go now. Thanks so much for being here. I love you guys. This is 40 minutes. My lunch break is like 10 minutes over. I really don't care. That's the facts. I do a little bit. Part of me cares because I'm still like such a goody two shoes in my heart. But I love you. I'll see you in the next one. If you want to come through, expect the unexpected. I don't know what's going to be next. And it's going to be impossible to predict, really. If you want to email me, lanajadereads@gmail.com. If you want to follow my TikTok, Lana J. Dell, and my Instagram, Lana J. Dell, although I don't use them, really. Thanks for being here. Did I say that already? Are you here now? Do you know time isn't real? #justice for cells. I'll see you in the next one.